7 moments of silence that master your life. Profound Stoic philosophy for 2025. Have you ever felt pointless screaming the truth, only to end up with more wounds? Life is like a chess game. The more you dive into the fight, the easier you lose your footing. But what happens if you stay silent? Karma quietly steps in, like a shadow swallowing the troublemakers. Welcome to the Bless You 2025 channel. Today we'll explore 7 moments where silence doesn't just save you from the storm, it makes you invincible. Don't look away, because the last one will make you rethink your entire life. Let's dive in. Stoic philosophy teaches us this: you can't control the world, but you can control yourself. Marcus Aurelius once said, "Your happiness lies in how you respond." Silence isn't weakness, it's the ultimate weapon. Listen to each story, each lesson, and you'll discover where true strength resides. 1. When you're slandered. The first moment someone spreads lies about you, it's like a poison arrow piercing your pride. Instinct screams at you to roar, to prove your innocence. But hold on. The more you defend yourself, the more you tangle in their chaos. They don't want the truth. They want you to crumble. I once saw a guy, let's call him Alex, accused by a co-worker of stealing ideas in front of the whole company. That guy played it like a movie. Red eyes, trembling voice, pointing fingers. Alex's blood boiled. He nearly jumped into a shouting match, but he paused, took a deep breath, and chose silence. He poured himself into his project, letting the results speak. A month later, the accuser was exposed as a plagiarist from his old job. The boss fired him on the spot. Alex didn't say a word. The truth unmasked the liar itself. Marcus Aurelius warned, "Don't dip your hands in the mud of liars. Lies are a small flame. The more you blow, the bigger it burns. Let it die out." Silence here is the sharpest blade. Let time sever their web of deceit. 2. When you're betrayed. It feels like your heart's torn apart by the one you trusted most. You want to confront them, make them kneel in apology. But the betrayer's already painted a justification in their mind. Your words are just wind slipping through cracks. I knew a girl, call her Emma, who loved a guy for 5 years. One day she caught him sneaking around with someone else, and he blamed her for not being enough. Emma wanted to scream, to show him her pain, but she chose differently. She packed her bags, said nothing, and left like a breeze. 2 months later, he was at her door, sobbing for forgiveness. But Emma had become a new flame, blazing where he could never reach. Seneca said, "Pain is the forge of the soul." Betrayal isn't just loss, it's a lesson to rise stronger. Silence is a cold knife, cutting ties with the unworthy, letting them fall into the pit they dug. 3. When you're insulted. Once I stood in a market and a drunken fishmonger pointed at me yelling, "Useless fool, what can you do?" Eyes turned, waiting for my comeback. I just smiled, met his gaze, and walked away. He shouted more, but no one cared. He turned himself into a clown on the street. I kept my dignity. He lost his. Marcus Aurelius taught, "Don't let others' trash stain your soul." An insult is a hot coal. Pick it up and you burn. Silence is water, dousing their farce, letting them scorch in their own fire. 4. When they play the victim. Facing those who pretend to be pitiful, they cry, they whine, turning you into the villain before the world. You want to shout the truth, but the more you speak, the more you look like the bad guy in their scripted play. I had a cousin who faked frailty, sobbing to the neighborhood that I abandoned the family. The truth? She stole $2,000 from my mom to gamble. I didn't argue or explain. I just stepped back quietly. Soon, neighbors caught her drunk, cursing everyone. Her act collapsed without me saying a thing. Epictetus said, "Don't waste breath on the blind-hearted." They don't seek truth, they seek an audience. Silence is a mirror, reflecting their fake face, letting karma drop the curtain on their show. 5. When your worth is ignored. When people are blind to your value, You pour out effort, sacrifice, but they just shrug. You want to yell, "See me," but the harder you try, the lower you sink. I had a friend, call him Andrew, who loved a girl who never cared. He gave flowers, wrote letters, did everything, but she just smirked. One day Andrew stopped, no goodbye, just lived for himself. 3 months later she texted crying, "You're the only one who gets me." But Andrew had become a mountain, towering, unreachable. Seneca said, "True gold fears no fire." Your worth doesn't need their approval, it shines on its own. Silence is a whirlwind, sweeping away the careless, leaving a void they can't fill. 6. When you're provoked, someone tries to rile you up. They toss stones, poke at you, waiting for you to explode so they can laugh. But if you bite back, you lose from the first move. Once driving, a guy cut me off and cursed me out. He taunted, expecting me to yell. I just looked, breathed steady, and turned away. He honked like a madman, but I was gone, calm as a lake. He raged alone, I won alone. Marcus Aurelius said, "Storms can't shake a mountain. Silence is a steel wall, defeating provocateurs by refusing their game." 7. When they regret losing you, the final moment. When they realize they've lost you. They once dismissed you, thinking you'd always stay. But when you leave, regret knocks, too late. I knew a girl, call her Olivia, stuck with an abusive husband. She endured, hoping he'd change. One day she silently packed and left. No farewell. He thought she was bluffing, but a month later, seeing her glow in a new life, he begged to return. Olivia smiled softly, stepped past, like a phoenix rising from ashes. Epictetus taught, freedom is knowing when to let go. Silence is the final slash, leaving those who lost you to collapse in the ruins they built. You don't need to teach them, life will. Silence isn't escape, it's the power to own your fate. These 7 moments are your keys to conquer the dark and stride into the light of 2025. Found this valuable? Drop a like, subscribe, and let's uncover more razor-sharp lessons together. See you next time.